We're going to explore some of the best TradingView strategies of 2025 so far in this video. And this is going to be a series. You're going to want to hit the like and subscribe button down below to keep up to date as I find better and better strategy. And the first strategy is a smart grid bot from XOps in my Discord server. Shout out to XOps for compiling this together. And it's able to achieve a 100% win rate. That's right, 100% win rate. And it only has an 8% drawdown, and it's able to make several 100% profit. You can see that this grid bot sets up these lines to trade in, and it sets up its longs here. As we come across the screen, it'll start taking its profit as we break through these lines on the grid. So here is it taking profit all the way up this breakout here, this really long trajectory. It's in this grids, and once we start breaking through these lines, it starts taking its profit. And for the settings here, I have commission set to 0.05%, and this is just flat orders. So it's set to 100 initial capital, and for each order size, it's DCAing in for 1 USD, but you can increase this as well, and it'll put in more capital for each trade entry. You can input the upper range length on this. So we are on XRP, and the upper range here, XRP at this time is around 1.5. So it's set to around double that. So this whole area is included in the grid. You set the top line and the bottom line in these inputs, and then you can set the grid line quantity. So you can decrease the grid line amount. So once you decrease the grid lines, they decrease here. So it'll trade less as there's less breakthroughs of the grid. So I have it set to 60. And then we have the RSI settings. The RSI length is for a signal confirmation. So it generates a brief buy signal when the RSI crosses above the oversold threshold, which you can modify with this input right here. The T3 trend filter applies a 3-stage EMA smoothing, which is the T3, to confirm or invert trend direction before its trade entries. So zooming in here, this is what it will look like. There's a cross down through this trend line here, and right there is when we cross back above it, so we enter another long there on the grid, and there's already a take profit as we break over that second grid. And this is an open source code, so I'm going to open up the code and show you exactly how the entry logic works. Here's our entry logic, so you can see the buy RSI. That is the RSI confirmation filter. And then we also have the other long condition, which essentially the way that this works is it loops through grid levels on a valid signal and then places buy orders at each unused level when it crosses below that unused price. Below here is the exit logic in the Pine script settings here. The way that this works is it closes each buy signal when the price surpasses that next higher grid line, so it frees up that level for use again if the price ever crosses it. So think of each of these lines as one potential buy order. So you can free up that order in a particular direction, long or short. And so that's why you see all of these buy or sell signals numbered here. This is number 13, number 17, number 19, and then for the long orders to buy back in, there's +1, +1. So they're all numbered here, number 21 long, and so it keeps track and catalogs each long and short so that each entry is cataloged fully and organized. And that's how this bot's able to achieve 100% profitable win rate with such a low drawdown as well. Keep in mind, though, that when really volatile assets like XRP, Bitcoin, and crypto, when they really start breaking out, the grid would have to be far larger to account for that. So if you expect a couple months of trading in a very volatile market that might get a little bit choppy, this is one of those bots to turn on in those slow times because it's going to be trading more frequently in a lot of this downtime. And this is tuned for the XRP 15-minute chart. So I'll show you some more settings on different coins, but let's just take a quick look at this bottom right-hand table. This is the performance dashboard, and it displays the net profit, win rate, profit factor, streaks for win rates, and the monthly and yearly profit and loss tables directly on the chart here. And for some other settings, here's the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. And I have a bunch of different grid levels here. You have to customize the actual price amount. And this one right now is set, the max grid is set at around 106,000. I'll just open up the settings here. If you want to copy them, pause the video and input them on your chart. You can also grab this strategy right now in the Discord server. So if you join the Discord server, click on the working scripts and find the smart grid bot. This is version 1.8 that I'm working on right now. And all of the settings are here below. Here is the actual script. You can download, use it for yourself. And XOps has posted all of the settings he's currently using for this. These are the settings here in this other separate CSV file. So you can expand it here, and you can just read off the upper range, 3.5 for XRP, lower range, and you can input all of the settings from this table right here. So just open up these CSV Excel files if you want to make use of any of these. And you can also tune it for any other grid. You just have to adjust the top and bottom of that grid accordingly. So for the Bitcoin 15-minute chart, these are the price results here. This is another 100% win rate, 142 total closed trades in the recent markets. This is going back 1 year of data, so 150, give or take, closed trades in 1 year. And this is how the bot works. It will just assign a price value, and it holds that trade open until the price returns, assuming that we're in a grid market and that the price is going to return to that level at some point. And it will be able to regulate itself, hold those trades until it's ready to close it for profit. And it can open up as many trades as you allow it. And then, of course, you can hook these up to an actual bot that trades for you, like on Bybit. They have a full tutorial here, webhook signal trading on Bybit. You would just read through this tutorial. You would send a signal from TradingView. Once you have that on your screen, send it into Bybit. And the sign-up link for Bybit for extra bonuses and to support the channel, the Trade Tactics referral code is down in the description. So when setting it up, make sure that you have your grid set up accordingly, that is appropriately back-tested for the current market. Right here, you can see a really nice flat market going back and forth, back and forth. This is where the grid bot accelerates. If the price just catapults above this grid, it will no longer be effective. So you have to watch the price level and then adjust accordingly, because oftentimes there will be a huge rally and then the market will cool off. So that's when the grid bot kicks into action. And the second bot that I wanted to showcase today is the Smart DCA strategy. Now, this strategy implements a Smart DCA hedge that alternates between long and short positions, layering the recovery trades up to a max count to recoup losses and lock in profits. That's why the chart looks so gradual here. It looks very precise, couple losses here and there, but then the price continues upward in a very linear direction. Doing a deep back test from 2021 to 2025, there's total really safe 63% profit, fairly low drawdown as well, and the profitable trades is around 40% profitable trades, but that nice linear graph here is something that you don't often see. This DCA bot is available in the Discord. The full open source code is there, so if you want to go and grab it, put it on your chart and follow through as I walk you through it. There's another great one from XOps in the Trade Tactics Discord. So massive shout out to XOps again for creating these strategies and releasing them free for everyone to use, open source. And there's all the settings here in this channel in the Discord here. So this is the crypto hedging, zone recovery, double-sided martingale strategy. So when you're in the Discord, you're going to see a category here, working scripts, and then you're going to just scroll down until you find that one. This is a really good example of how this strategy works. So the very first thing in the settings is you'll assign a take profit and that recovery zone. The stiffness filter computes a stiffness, which is a metric from an SMA, a smooth moving average, minus a multiplier of its standard deviation crossover to gate entries and recoveries. So on screen, you can see the take profits and stop losses. This is a good example here, coasting up this hedging here. It's hedging itself, and it took its profit right at the very top, and it shorted right as it headed down the other direction, and it's taking some profits as it goes down. There's multiple trades here. And here's a good example of a short that it stayed open until it hit that take profit level, this pink area right there, and it just held itself all the way down. This one, it looks like it hit that stop loss and then headed back up for that reversal and won that trade on the far right of your screen. And opening up the code that you can see what's going on here under the hood, for the open longs, it calculates a dynamic take profit and a lower recovery zone exit at the take profit level, or if the price dips into that recovery zone, it hedges against itself, so it tries to recoup some of the losses as it progresses. So this is the main strategy logic where it does that hedging. So it'll take a larger size short once it flips in the other direction. And the setting right here, the max hedge count, that manages how many hedges you can have open. It increments itself on each recovery trade, and it resets itself on a successful trade. So it'll keep ticking upwards if you're losing more trades, and it'll reset down to that lower level, which is a lower size trade, which is the default setting. So if you're in a win, it'll maintain that level. If it starts losing, it'll start upping the ante and increasing its trade volume. So let's go through a worst case scenario with this bot. If the worst case sizing, so if the initial size is greater than your max hedge, an on-chart alert will prompt you to adjust your input. So it'll ask you if you want to increase your hedge size, or you could leave it as is and it'll keep its order size at the current level. And that would apply on a worst case losing streak. And for the last strategy that I'm featuring in this video, it's the Wolfpack Pro bot. This is my own creation. This has only 7.71% drawdown going all the way back to 2017. This is on the Bitcoin 7-minute chart. So I really want to take some time to show you some of the trades that this is capable of making. The average winning trade is 7.21%, and it is a breakout finder. This bot is able to ride its trades all the way up to the very top of the market, and it comes with a lot of different filters. So there's the main Wolfpack wavelength, and I've pulled up the Wolfpack Pro indicator here. This indicator here has the main wave. This is a strong buy signal. You can see this is where the bot went for its long trade. And we're able to detect divergences and different patterns in the market that you wouldn't be able to get out of an average indicator. For example, on the Ethereum chart, this was able to predict the exact bottom of the market with these two strong teal-colored RSI signals. And this peak, this strong flame signal combined with the pink overbought signal was able to predict the top of the Ethereum market as well back in 2024. Just to take you through this example, this is a flame signaling a FOMO peak. That is a fear of missing out. That's when the price is going against typical market trends, and that's a strong signal of an irrational market that is likely to topple over very quickly. When the market rebounded, this was the strong buy signal, this big green signal illuminating the chart in the oscillator, and this is when the market rebounded. There was another pink RSI signaling the exact top of the market. This was back in December 2024. And recently we have a couple new teal RSIs combined with a strong golden cross signal. This is a very strong buy signal on the Wolfpack indicator. You can find all the settings for the Wolfpack bot in the Discord. It's in the best bot settings category, as well as the link to find it online to try it for yourself. This is my WOP. You can purchase it here. There's also a free trial for the Wolfpack Pro indicator itself if you want to test it out for yourself for free. That's all for this video. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video of this series.